Hi everyone, this is Jen from Cookies, Cupcakes, and Cardio.com, and today I'm here to show you how to use the Cricut cake. So what you need to start with is gum paste or a really stiff fondant, and you need to roll it out to be about 1/8 of an inch thick as we've done on our Cricut cake mat. The softer the fondant, the harder it is to get a good cut. So if you're stuck using really soft fondant such as Satin Ice or Mimic we've had troubles with, you want to make sure you mix it with a good dose of gum paste or a stabilizer such as Tylose. But what we've got out here today is straight gum paste. We found that that is the easiest to cut with. So we've rolled it out onto the mat, 1/8 of an inch thick, and I'm going to show you how to load it into the machine and cut it. So we've moved the camera a little bit closer so you're able to see the cutting process. And what we're going to cut is this happy birthday sign that's right up here in the corner. And this comes with the Cricut cake when you purchase it. This is one of the simple cartridges, but it's got tons of different fonts and whatnot, so it's quite handy and lots of different variety within it. So the first thing that we want to do is load the mat, and you just simply press load mat. Now you can see that the fondant and gum paste mixture is not the same size as the 12 by 12 mat. So what we want to do is move the blade all the way over into a proper starting point, so it doesn't read that the blade is, or that the fondant is somewhere that it's not. And I'm going to give it lots of room just so we don't have it picking up and catching on the border and whatnot. So I think that's pretty much good there. And right then after that, once you've done that, you need to set your cut area. So now it's reading the size of the paper. Or sorry, not paper, the gum paste fondant. So the next step is to press the plain phrase button and then the border. And what it's doing is locating which image you want. And we want the happy birthday sign, and I don't know why it's located underneath the border, but that's just the way that it is, and it shows you how to decipher all that within the book, so don't worry about having to figure that out. Now we want to flip the image. You can see that the happy birthday sign has come up there, so that's perfect, and we want to flip it because when the blade is cutting, sometimes it makes it a little bit snaggled, and so we just want to have that side facing the back of the cake, or facing the cake, and not out to the front where everyone's going to be seeing it. So we just press flip to do that. And then we just wait to see the flip on there to make sure that that's correct as well. And yes, it is. So we're pretty much ready to go, but before I press cut, what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about our speed and the pressure, and they're the knobs that are located over here. And so the speed is set at about mid speed, and the pressure set at about medium, and we've just found that to be what's optimal for our machine, and you'll have to figure that out for your own. Unfortunately, it tends to be a little temperamental, and I've got this little just a flattening tool to press down anything that might catch and come up, because like I said, it's temperamental and the blade pulls up the fondant sometimes, but hopefully we don't have that problem. But just in case, I'm ready. So we're going to press cut, and here we go. Okay, so now we're going to set it up for a crown, and we'll just adjust everything a little bit and then we'll be right back. Okay, so we're in the exact same location as we were when we cut the happy birthday. The Cricut knows where it is at this point, and so you don't want to unload your mat or anything like that, or you're going to risk having it right over top of itself. So all we have to do now is press the next buttons for the crown, and it happens to be the Shift key with the crown at the top, and you can watch it come up there on the screen. And again, we haven't changed anything. So now all we're going to do is going to have my handy tool in. You saw how handy it came in during the happy birthday one. This should be a little bit of an easier cut, but you never know. So I'm going to press cut, and here we go. So we've got lots of extra fondant left over on the sheet here. So what we want to do is just use it up while we can. So I'm going to show you a little bit something different. And this is it just cutting the outline of something. So we hit plain shadow blackout. And I'm going to try to do a butterfly. So we hit the butterfly one. It's just going to go around the outside of the butterfly and give you a blackout effect. So it's pretty simple. It should be an easy cut again. So we're going to do that one and press cut. Okay, and the next one that we're going to try is another blackout, and we're just going to try a simple flower shape. So blackout is still lit up, and I'm going to try this flower shape right here, and it's just the round outside of one. You should see it come up there. Just some simple ones like that, so let's try that one out. And we're going to try going back to one more crown because those ones are quite popular. We'll see if we can get that one. So what you want to do to get out of that is you just press your plain blackout again to get out of that one. And to do the shift, or to do the crown, we press shift, crown, and we'll fit one more picture on here. Oops, I jumped the gun. So now it's loaded up, and now I can press cut. We're just going to stop that there. Got a little bit caught up. So what you do if it gets caught up is you want to just try to press it out of the way here, like this. I'm glad we got all of our other cutting done. This was just kind of an extra thing. And so just want to clear that out a little bit. And then to eject your mat in this situation, will not eject it. All we're going to do is press unload mat, and the mat comes back out. So unfortunately, you've just been shown what tends to happen with the Cricut cake quite often, but we were very successful in the beginning, so that's great. We've got our happy birthday here, we've got our crown, we've got a flower shadow, and we've got a butterfly shadow, and of course we have our failed crown attempt, but we've got one, so that's great. And you just have to be patient with the Cricut cake. It takes a lot of learning, a lot of patience, but as you can see, when it works, it is the coolest thing. It's worth all your hours of trying to roll out the fondant to get it to be the right thickness, but it is a challenge. When we get the cake finished, I'll be sure to show you it in its finished state with the crown on the top and the happy birthday sign. So we'll be back probably in a little while with the finished cake. Hi, we're back, and what you can see that I've done since you last saw our image, our happy birthday and our crown being cut out of the Cricut cake, is I have taken away all the excess fondant and gum paste from here, and that was a pretty simple process. Just carefully peel it. Sometimes you need to use a little bit of an X-Acto knife to just recut those edges that might not have gone all the way through. And in order to attach it is really quite simple. You can use just regular plain water if you so want, or you can make a really simple mixture, and all you do is you use some excess gum paste, and you just put the parts that you wouldn't want to use in your caking activities that almost are on the crunchy side or whatnot. You just put a little bit of it in a little pot and a little bit of water, and it just creates a little bit of a stickier substance for you to stick your creations together instead of the water. But like I said, water works just fine. So I'm going to put the crown on top of this cake now. And as you can see, it's dried in a round formation. And we just put it over top of a round bottle, and that just helps it maintain the shape overnight. So this is dried overnight. We kept the happy birthday sealed in a Ziploc container to keep it able to flex over top of the top tier here. But in order to get the crown on top of the cake, I'm just going to mark with my petaling tool exactly where I want to have the crown here, so I know where to apply my glue. I'm just sketching lightly, and then I'm going to take my gum glue and just run a little bit around here. You want to have enough that it will stick there. And we are going to have to press the crown into the fondant here, so hopefully she doesn't break. I'm just pressing down gently but firmly. And with that gum paste mixture, the gum glue, there should be no problems with your crown falling off on such a thing like this. But do just press it in a little bit so you get it in there. So this is our example of a Cricut cake. So what we did again, just to review, is we cut out the happy birthday out of a gum paste and fondant mixture, and we cut out a crown. We let them dry overnight. The happy birthday in a Ziploc bag, the crown over top of a rounded jar. And overall, we do like what the Cricut cake can do for adding depth and excitement and different kinds of fonts and whatnot to your cakes. But like you saw in the video, it can be very temperamental. It tests your patience, but we do think and recommend that it is something that you add to your toolbox for making cakes. So we hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make a cake using a Cricut cake. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel.